Alright, so in this video we're going to be graphing systems of inequalities. A few things we need to know about systems of inequalities when we're graphing. You graph these just like your y equals mx plus b. Okay, so if we have a graph, you will still graph these just like your slope-intercept form, except a few things to keep in mind. Okay, since these are inequalities, your equations might read y is greater than or y is less than. Other ones will say y is greater than or equal to, or y is less than or equal to. Okay? So when we draw our lines, okay, so there's a difference in the lines here. When you have a line and we draw this, okay, these are the two lines we're going to be drawing, either a solid line or a dotted line. The solid line means it's including. The dotted line means it's not including, or it's not inclusive. Okay? Which one of these symbols represents the solution's including? Yeah, so you're greater than or equal to, or you're less than or equal to is the solid line. If you have an equation that's greater than or less than, that will be your dotted line. Okay, so two different lines we're going to be working with. Your solid lines, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Your dotted line will be greater than or just less than. All right, let's take a look at our first example and graph these. We have the equation y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 3. Okay, so we're going to graph this the same way. We're going to start with our y-intercept at positive 3. So 1, 2, 3. My slope is negative 2. So down 2, right 1. Negative 2, down 2, right 1. Or I could go up 2 and 1, 2, up 2 and left 1. Is this line going to be a solid line or a dotted line?
Solid line.
Excellent. Solid line here, going through these two coordinates. And don't forget my arrows on top. And now for the shading. Start with your x-intercept. Where's my x-intercept? X-intercept is here at positive 3. This is less than, so where's your x-intercept? Here it is. What's less? If I go below or above the x-intercept? Less than will be below. So I'm going to shade everything below this line. Now for my second equation, in red, y is less than 4x minus 3. So I'm going to, again, graph this one. I'm going to start with my y-intercept, negative 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's my y-intercept. 4x is my, or 4 is my slope, so I'm going to go up 4, right 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, right 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, right 1. Or I could go down. This line, solid line or dotted line, and y?
Dotted line.
Why?
Because it's less than.
Yeah, it's just less than. Excellent. So here we have this line going this way. And we have a dotted line going through these coordinates. All right, and now I want to shade this one. I'm going to shade this one in red. It's less than. So find my x-intercept. My x-intercept is negative 3. What would be less, above or below?
Below the line.
Below, so I'm going to come down this way. And I'm going to shade this region here. And now I'm going to look at both my graphs that I just drew, and I'm going to say, where is the region that overlaps? Where is the shaded region that overlaps here? If you notice where the blue and the red intersect, that's my shaded region. So this is the solution of these systems of inequalities. Any coordinate in this range or in this region will be a solution to the system. All right, so our second example, y is greater than or equal to negative 5x plus 3, and y is less than negative x minus 1. Going with my first equation, starting with my y-intercept, positive 3, so I'm going to count up 3. Make this graph a little bit bigger. Positive 3 going up, 1, 2, 3. And my slope of negative 5, so I'm going to go down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right 1. Or I could go up 5 and left 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and left 1. Solid line or dotted line on this equation, and y? Solid line or dotted line? Solid line, why?
Because it's equal to.
Yeah, because it's equal to, okay? It has the equal to sign, so we're going to be a solid line on that one. Perfect. All right. And which way do I shade? So again, find my x-intercept. It says greater than or equal to. So here's my x-intercept. Is greater than this way or that way? Greater than would be
Greater than is upwards because.
upwards, and so to the right of the line. Perfect. So we're going to go this way, to the right of the line. I'm going to shade all that region here. Now I would recommend shading this lightly. So that way when you find your point of overlap, you'll shade that a little darker. All right, second equation. In blue, we got y is less than negative x minus 1. Again, finding my y-intercept, negative 1. Start there. I'm going to plot that one in blue. My slope is what? Negative 1. So I'm going to go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, or up 1 and left 1. And I'm going to draw this line here. This line is going to be a solid or dotted. Which one? Dotted, because it's just less than. So let's get that equation in there. Have a dotted line going this way. Okay. And which way do I shade this line? Less than, find my y-intercept is negative 1. Less than would be above it or below it. Less than would be below it. So I'm going to shade everything below this line. And then I'm going to look at my graph here and say, where's my region that overlaps? You'll see your region that overlaps is again in this area here. So any coordinate in this area will be a solution to the systems of inequalities. All right, so one more equation. Y is greater than negative x plus 2, and y is less than 1. Graphing my first one here, my y-intercept is positive 2. 1, 2, there's my y-intercept. Y is greater than negative 1x. My slope is negative 1, so I'm going to go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, or up 1, left 1. And I'm going to draw a line. What kind of line do I have to draw on this one? Dotted or solid?
Dotted.
Dotted line, perfect. Let's get a dotted line going through here. Beautiful. And now let's get our next point, our next graph. This one reads y is less than 1. So in comparison, think about what does the equation y equals 1 look like? What kind of line is that?
It will be a horizontal line.
Horizontal line at y equals 1. So I'm going to draw myself a horizontal line at y equals 1. Now am I going dotted or solid?
Dotted.
Dotted line at y equals 1. Let's draw that line right there. Oh, I forgot to shade the other part. So the other one was, in black, y is greater than negative x plus 2. So if I'm greater than negative x plus 2, find my y-intercept. I'm going to go greater. Greater will be above that line. The y is less than negative 1. Less than negative 1 would be below this line. And my region of intersection will be in this region